Today we're looking at the Daisy Powerline 415 CO2 powered semi-auto BB pistol. And in this video I'm going to show you how to load the gun. Then we're going to put it on the chronograph and see what the muzzle velocity is like. After that we'll go ahead and do some target shooting with it and we'll see what the accuracy is like. Now if you want to see the unboxing, overview, and specs, check out this video. I'll link it right up here. So let's get into it. Okay, now for loading of the gun, obviously you're going to need a 12-gram CO2 capsule. You're also going to need some BBs. I have here some 𝗟𝗏𝗕𝗘 steel 177 BBs. You can also use these Craftsman copperheads or whatever else you have laying around. I'm going to try both of those and see if we get better accuracy with one over the other. But first thing you'll do is pull off this little cap here at the bottom, and that's how you get your CO2 capsule in. Now if you have an oil or something to put on here, that will make sure it doesn't leak at all. Craftsman recommends their 𝗟𝗚𝗕𝗘 oil, but I'm not going to be using this in the future because it is a petroleum based oil, which means it will break down the rubber seals over time. Probably better to use a silicone based oil, so I'll be getting that in the near future. So you just take your CO2 capsule, stick it right in like that, and then once it's in its spot right there, you'll just tighten down the screw. And right when it starts to get tight, then you want to turn it quickly, but don't over torque it because you don't want to put too much stress on these parts or damage the rubber seal. You want to torque it just enough so that it stops leaking from the seal. So I'm going to do that now. And usually you'll hear like a little hiss. I didn't hear anything, but I do believe it is in. So next we're going to go ahead and put the cap back on, just like that. Then for your BBs, unlike most BB guns that have it down in the handle, you're going to have it right up here on the top rail. So to load the BBs, you're going to grab this follower tab, pull it all the way back, and lock it in the little notch right there. And then make sure the gun is on safe like that. And you're actually going to want to do that before you do the CO2, but I forgot. So then go ahead with the follower tab back and put the BBs right in here. Going to spill a few. This holds 21 is the spec. And we've got all our BBs in just like that. So then when you've got all your BBs in there, just cover the hole so none of them spit out and release the follower tab just like that. And now your gun is loaded and ready to shoot. Alright, now here we are at the chronograph. It is about 75 degrees out, so that should give us a good room temperature reading. Let's go ahead and take some shots with the 𝗟𝗏𝗕𝗘 steel BBs. Here we go. 482, 484, 482, 470, 465, 480, 471, 463, 471, 469. Alright, let's go ahead and take 5 shots with the Craftsman copperheads and just see if we're in around the same range. 464, 469, 562, 467, 464. So we're getting pretty close to the 595 feet per second rating there. You know, most other CO2 BB pistols that are also not blowback like this one, you're getting around 400. So this is a bit higher, and the noise level is also higher. I don't know if you can tell through the microphone, but it is quite the pop. It's definitely another level higher than like the Craftsman and C11 and Umarex M&P BB pistols. Okay, now here we are at about 7 yards, which is a common close quarters accuracy test, and then maybe we'll move back a little more. I want to be shooting the Craftsman copperheads first, and we'll see what kind of accuracy we get. Okay, you can see there I was definitely shooting high for a while there, and then I think I slowly started to bring it down towards the end. This is the first time I've shot the gun, so hopefully it should only get better from here. I'm going to shoot up here now with the 𝗟𝗏𝗕𝗘 and see what kind of accuracy we get. Okay, here we are for the 𝗟𝗏𝗕𝗘s. This is definitely not as good as it needs to be. This is my first time, like I said, shooting the gun, so let's try for some more up here. And then when you're done shooting, make sure you remove the CO2 capsule. You don't want to leave it in there over a long period of time. And I'd say we got around 80 to 100 shots, probably more like 80 good shots on the CO2 cartridge. So that's pretty much the group. Had a couple flyers here. Started up here and then I was moving it down. So yeah, so far I'm not very impressed with accuracy. I'm just not quite sure how much of it is me, how much of it is the gun. So only time will tell. Here's just a quick view at what the sights look like. So closing thoughts here. It is a very inexpensive gun. It is full size, very powerful, and holds a lot of rounds. But I am not very impressed with the accuracy so far and the trigger pull. I've also noticed that sometimes the trigger doesn't pull any BBs with it and I've got to reset and do it again. So that is also something that's unfortunate. I'm just going to keep shooting with it and we'll see if it improves. But right now, I'd say if you want a really powerful pistol, this might be the one. But if you just want a backyard plinker, I might go with the Crosman C11 or Umarex MNP, as so far those have both been better in my opinion than this one has. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.